Now, that is how you do a proper reboot. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing Ghostbusters Afterlife, a brand new sequel in the Ghostbusters franchise. Give you a little bit of history of what I am as a Ghostbusters fan, as you can see with the Proton Pack. I'm a huge fan of the franchise. Grew up watching Ghostbusters 1, grew up watching Ghostbusters 2 as well. When they announced the Ghostbusters 2016 reboot, I was skeptical because I liked a lot of the female cast members in it. Melissa McCarthy is funny sometimes. Bridesmaids I thought was really funny. I liked the movie a lot. But, unfortunately, as a Ghostbusters fan, it wasn't great, and as just a movie in general, it wasn't great either. So, I was really excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife. And it was the number 3 most anticipated movie of the year for me, and I couldn't wait to see it. And finally, I saw it. So here are my thoughts. So starting off with the positives. It was fucking, like, I can't tell you, the special effects first. We're going to start with the special effects first. It's a little detail, I know, but it's fucking, they're incredible. How the fucking special effects looked. It was beyond, like, they really captured the fucking look of the first movie. So, like, the lightning, to the demo dogs, to just everything about that. Even the score was exactly like the original 1984 Ghostbusters movie. And it just, right off the bat, when you saw the Sony logo and you heard the little ding 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 ding, it automatically sent me to the Ghostbusters franchise. It automatically sent me to the world of Ghostbusters. So starting off with the characters. Really like the characters. Every single one of them. We're gonna talk about the new characters, and we'll talk about the old characters in the spoiler talk later on. So the new characters. I think they all did a fantastic job here. McKenna Grace as Phoebe, awesome character. An awesome person, an awesome actress to play the character Phoebe. I think she did a phenomenal job in this movie. I think they casted her perfectly to be the granddaughter of Egon. We know that from the trailer. So to her to be the granddaughter of Egon, I thought was awesome. Paul Rudd's character I thought was really funny. All the new characters I thought did really great. There was no standout character that I thought did horribly. There was no character that I thought didn't fit here. I thought they fit perfectly in the new reboot world that we're trying to live in right now. And then with the OG characters, to not get too specific, I thought they did an amazing job with the OG characters, especially one in particular that we'll talk about later on in the spoiler review. I think they did a really good job with all the characters first and foremost. The story itself. Now, the story I think is the perfect way to reboot a movie. I really do. You're bringing in new characters that we get emotionally attached to, and you're also bringing back elements of the old movie that I think is a brilliant way to introduce new people to the franchise and OGs to back to the franchise. I think it's an amazing way to do it. So, story, characters, amazing job. Special effects, the CG, everything, did a top-notch job on that. Now, all that is great. I like all that. Now we're going on to the little bit of the mixed aspect. There was only one thing in particular that I was mixed on, and that was Finn Wolfhard character. Now, I don't really necessarily like Finn Wolfhard. I never really cared for him as an actor or just anything he's been in. I never really cared for it. I thought he did fine in the role he did, but he kind of plays the same character in every movie. So to me, I feel like I was watching him play basically himself. Which again, not a bad thing at all. It was just more of a... I wish they would have gave him an actual interesting character. Phoebe, out of all the new characters, to me is the most interesting. Finn Wolfhard character, I kind of forgot he existed sometimes. Now again, that's not a negative. It's just more of a... I'm mixed on it because I would have liked to have enjoyed his character because he had a lot of things interesting about him, but they didn't give a lot of screen time to him. So, outside of that, I thought that was fun. Second thing I was kind of mixed on was some of the ghosts in the movie. Now, as much as I like Muncher, and I thought Muncher was great, I was kind of missing some originality from some of the ghosts, because they were all kind of the same ghosts we saw. Now again, it's not a negative, it's just, maybe upon rewatches, I might be more open to these new ghosts, but first reactions, I thought, outside of Muncher, they didn't really come up with enough new original ghosts outside of that. It was just literally Muncher, and I can't think of anybody else. Muncher was the only original Ghostbuster that was original for this movie. You could say the little Stay Puffs, but it's just Stay Puft miniaturized. That's not necessarily creative. It's just Stay Puft, but mini. So, that's the only thing. Have no negatives with this movie at all. I thought it was an awesome movie outside the gate. I thought it was everything. There's no negative I have about this movie whatsoever. No negative. I think cast was great, story was great, special effects were great. Just everything about the movie I thought was great, other than those two aspects, the originality of the Ghost and Finn Wolfhard character. But again, I could watch the movie and just completely sidetrack that just upon first watch. That's what sticks out to me a little bit. So, non-spoiler review, I give it a 9 out of 10. So I think you should definitely go see it in the theater if you're a Ghostbusters fan. Hell, if you're not even a Ghostbusters fan, just watch this movie. And I think you'll absolutely fall in love with the franchise and want to go back and watch the other two movies. So, now, on to the spoiler review of the movie. So this is your warning. Click off of here if you have not seen the movie, or if you plan on watching the movie and you just want to hear a non-spoiler opinion, click off. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Now we're on to the spoiler aspect. So I'm going to break down the movie and spoil it and talk about aspects of the movie that I think are worthy to talk about as a Ghostbusters fan. So, this is your spoiler review. Last warning. By all means, click off, and I will see you next time. So, right out the gate with the spoilers, I want to talk about how they handled my favorite Ghostbuster, and that is Egon. I fucking loved it. I loved the way that they treated him. They treated him with the most respect and the most well-deserved character arc I think they could have gave to Egon. It was awesome. Right out the gate, when the movie opens and you see Egon holding that trap and he's getting chased by, you know, what we now know as one of those dogs, the devil dogs? I think that's what they're called. Correct me down below. And just immediately I was like, that's Harold Ramis, that is Egon. And then throughout the whole movie they're talking, you know, throughout the whole movie he's pointing lights and he's helping Phoebe and helping these new characters try to, you know, defeat Zool and stuff, and it just was awesome. I loved the way that they treated him. And then especially in the third act, especially when fucking he comes around and he holds Phoebe's hand. He holds Phoebe's hand while she's blasting Zool, and he's right there alongside of her. Every OG Ghostbusters fan or Egon lover fucking cried. And I did too, not gonna lie. I fucking teared up and got very emotional, because if you know the legacy of this movie, this was a movie that's supposed to be made 10 plus years ago when he was alive. But under circumstances, we don't know if it was studio, Bill Murray, we don't know, that he couldn't unfortunately be in it. And you know, as well as I do, he would have loved to have been in it if he was alive, unfortunately. So, I think the way they did his character was fucking awesome. And I loved it as an Egon lover, as my favorite Ghostbuster. I think they handled him perfectly. I think they did him perfectly. Awesome. Now, throughout the whole movie, because I didn't know where they were going with him, I thought, again, didn't know anything. I was worried because throughout the entire movie they kept talking about how Egon was a piece of shit, and, you know, Ray said, you know, I hope he burns in hell. I'm just like, God, why are they making Egon such a douche? You know, I was worried that they were going to make him such a douche. But you understood it. You understood it by the end of the movie, why he was so cold-hearted, and it wasn't on purpose. He was trying to save the world. So, that's like the main spoiler I want to talk about. Outside of that, I want to talk about little spoilers that I personally think are spoilers. If they're not, then sorry. Zool. I think they did an awesome job of recreating Zool. Like, I was really blown away by that. I thought they were just going to literally get an actress that looks similar and just CGI her face to make it look like the old Zool. But no, they recasted Olivia Wilde. Is it Olivia Wilde? I think it's Olivia Wilde. I think she actually did a really good job as Zool, actually. I think she looks just like the old Zool. And down to the costume, the makeup, the hair, like, they recreated Zool very well, and I was very impressed by that. Now, of course, we saw her little arm in the trailer, but, you know, we didn't know what the hell she's going to look like, or anything like that, so when we saw her in full form, and she looks just identical to Zool in the first movie, minus the black eyes, of course, I thought she did an awesome job. I thought she did an amazing fucking job doing Zool the best she could. And just, again, like I said earlier at the beginning of the review, attentions to detail. Little tiny attention to detail is what gets me as a Ghostbusters fan. I know a lot of people are going to knock on the fact that, oh, there's too much nostalgia, too much fan service, but I think this is the perfect amount of fan service. If you want my truth, I think it's the perfect amount. It wasn't too oversaturated, but it wasn't too much. But so yeah, Zool, thought they did an excellent job with Zool. I really did. I was blown away by how much accurate they tried to be to Zool as possible. The third one, I was really disappointed that we didn't see Slimer or Rick Moranis. Now, it's not such a disappointment that I'm like, oh my god, fuck this movie. No, I thought it was just a little bit, as a Ghostbusters fan, everybody's back to the party, everybody's here, even Sigourney Weaver is here in the post-credit scene, and it was just like, where's Slimer? Like, we didn't get a little hint of Slimer, we didn't even get to see Slimer, or nothing. And it was kind of, as a Ghostbusters fan, it's like, man, he's up there with, like, iconic stuff about this movie, down to the theme song, Slimer, and then the Ghostbusters themselves. Like, Slimer's iconic. And we didn't get a little taste of him, not even a little hint, or a little nothing. Which is a little disappointing, but I can live without it. Maybe we'll get that in a sequel. And then Rick Moranis' character, again, same thing earlier. Everybody's here. Everybody's back from the original movie. It would have been nice to see a little cameo, a little blink and you miss it maybe moment of Rick Moranis. I think that would have been cool. But I get it. His character, he was just a neighbor in the first movie. He's not really pivotal to the story, so I get it. But as a Ghostbusters fan, I think it would have been really cool to see Rick Moranis or Slimer. So, but outside of that, I think the movie was fucking awesome. I really think it was. It's definitely number 3 of my favorite movies of this year. I was that blown away by it. And as a Ghostbusters fan, I am so fucking satisfied with what they did with this movie. I really am. I am so satisfied with it. It washes out that 2016 Ghostbusters bleh that they vomited into our mouths 5 years ago. They got rid of it with this movie like that. And I'm excited where we go forward in the Ghostbusters franchise. As a Ghostbusters fan, it's a good time to be alive right now. It's a good time to love this fucking franchise. So, tell me what you guys fucking think. You love it? You hate it? I don't know. Let's see. You tell me. I would love to read your comments and opinions down below. Keep it civil, though, of course, because if not, zap your fucking ass. So anyways, thanks for watching this review. If you like it, click that like button down below. If you like it, even if you really fucking like it, click that subscribe button down below. And as always, thank you for fucking watching. See ya.